Can you hear that now?
Yeah.
How do I feel these?
Hello, and welcome to
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
with your hosts, Shannon,
You want a beautifully painted stool for your balls.
Sally, and
I'm having me a little Malibu Boo and Diet Coke.
Andy.
She turned into Sandra Clark from 227. She was a
Featuring Shiloh,
I'm not menopausal, but I'm hot all the time.
Eva,
When I'm running to that cell right, girl.
and Adrian.
You got a wiener former.
Hey kids, how are we?
hello.
Hi,
It's
team.
Monday again.
It's Monday.
Woohoo.
This is the first time we've actually started on time. Like,
Right.
this is our start time.
Oh my God, it's 7:01.
I know, that never happens. Even with technical difficulties, we've been starting on time.
Right.
So we're already
And
winning.
Andy's, rant he went on.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's all good.
I hope he edits it out so you don't have to hear those curse words.
Like those
Um,
awful words.
Keeping
Yeah.
every one of them I can.
Yeah.
Sally,
So
I
we-
heard in your you Malibu and Diet Coke, but I heard Maliblueberry and Diet Coke.
I said Malibu Boo. No Malibu Boo.
So we have a guest co-host with us tonight, everyone. So the fabulous Gus Klein has joined us today
Hi,
from,
Gus.
from the City of Angels, Los Angeles. Welcome, Gus.
That'd be Holly weird.
Thank you. I'm on the devil's side, but yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for joining our little show here.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be cathartic because we haven't seen each other in promptly 15 years.
Yeah.
You guys, and meeting Sally Ann is new, so this should be a robust podcast.
So is that how long you've been gone? 15 years?
It will be
About?
15 years in July.
Okay. Wow.
Wow. All right. Fantastic.
So how's everybody today?
Good.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Are we,
Monday, so
Are we drinking tonight?
Yeah.
That's a fair
yeah.
question, right?
Hello.
yeah.
Sally,
I'm
what
15
Gus
years,
is not.
I've learned these things called liver issues and lipids. So you back off the
That's
things.
all good.
that-
I am drinking.
I'm too
Yeah.
hungry.
I'm drinking Jack and Ginger tonight.
Whoa!
What?
ginger ale or just ginger like
Mhm.
fruit? Nice.
Ginger ale.
SAP.
I will tell you something. I really never drink when I'm at home, like
Mhm.
except on here with y'all. And I am
Right.
going through my supply of liquor. So because I have like little bits of different things. So I'm, cleaning out my liquor cabinet. But
Same.
If this,
in my
if this show is good for one thing, it's for clearing out your liquor cabinet.
clearing out the liquor
Nothing
cabinet.
else.
I'm drinking it in my Mississippi State. I think y'all gave me this for my birthday a couple of years ago or a
I
few
think
years
so.
ago. And
Mhm.
we're in we're dancing
You
in
are.
March Madness. So
Yeah, I can't wait to
celebrate
talk
that.
about it with Shiloh.
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah.
we
once
need
he
a
gets
kid.
here,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
Andy,
waiting-
what are you drinking, Andy?
I'm having a delicious blend of pineapple, banana, almond milk, ice cubes, and rum.
Ice cubes. Don't forget the ice cubes.
Yeah.
I spilled mine in my mouth. Another smoothie
Mhm.
cocktail. I
Yeah.
like it.
It's
I
quite
like
You're
it. What
so-
about you?
You're so gay, Andy. I mean, come on,
It's so gay.
all these
Shannon,
pretty
if you're
drinks.
drinking, can I guess what you're drinking?
It's so delicious.
Wait, there's color in that.
There's color in there.
There's a
today.
splash
Um,
of cranberry in that,
There
right?
is a splash of cranberry. Yes,
Gus Shannon belongs to a cult.
I do.
and
He's
they
in a
all,
nutrition cult.
Nutrition cult.
they'll let him drink tonic or soda and vodka.
Vodka and soda.
Vodka
So,
soda.
I have to calorie count, Gus, on my app. So I figured out that vodka sodas are really good. For the calories.
Absolutely.
And the,
You get
and
more
the
bang for your buck.
carbohydrates. So
You have to enter it yourself on that thing?
I do. Yeah.
That sounds like stress on stress.
That's what that's part of the indoctrination into the cult, Gus, is they program your brain to do things like that. So just kidding. But
funny.
the glass I'm drinking out of today is the well, not new for me, but it is a.
Have a little testicle floating in it. What is that?
No, those are ice cubes. Oh, that would be tasty.
Is
No,
that Mickey?
this is Mickey from
Finger.
what's the not Walt Disney World, the Epcot Center. So
Ah,
we got this when we went there. No, I don't want to bore you with the family trip story, but we went to Epcot and we drank around the world and we got these cups. So
oh, that's fun.
Cool.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't need to
Cool.
do it. I don't need to do it ever again. But
You've
know,
been, you can say you've
One time.
been,
I have
exactly.
one time. Yeah. So
Well-
I've noticed we dressed down a little bit today, though. We're not in our fancy
No,
clothes.
I
like-
mean,
it's
we
hot
had our
out-
Oscar outfits on last week.
It's hot
so-
out here in Hollywood.
It's
Oh,
actually
you're still in Hollywood, I see.
See, even Gus has on his little muscle shirt there. He's
Yeah.
hot. He's hot too.
Yeah. Andy, look at this T-shirt I have on. Do you see it?
Does that say
Booty
booty
camp.
camp?
Yep.
Booty
Eric,
camp.
I remember
That's-
booty camp.
Hey,
Gus, did you ever go to booty camp?
no, but fun fact: Eric and I met online, but this was 1980, rather 1995, 96, in like an
Mm.
AOL chat room, and then we've known each other since as long as college ago,
Oh, wow.
96,
Wow.
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
years.
Hey,
Wow.
We get
that's a long
talking. It's
time.
been a minute.
So Andy and I subjected ourselves to that for a few years, didn't we, Andy? Going to booty
Mhm.
camp.
I haven't
So-
seen Eric
Billy?
Kane forever.
I haven't seen Eric either, or Billy. Billy was our
Or Billy.
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So-
I'm wearing this in honor of you, Candy, and I actually can fit back into it after all these
Very
years.
good.
Ah,
I'm wearing my Walk MS shirt. Wait.
Why?
Right here. Well,
why?
because I have MS, in case you
You
didn't.
do?
I do.
Still
Still.
have MS.
I've not
What?
gotten rid of it.
This is new news. I didn't know this.
Have you not seen me in this wheelchair?
Oh, I thought
I'm
that was
always-
just an accessory. Okay,
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't
You
realize.
just decided I decided not to walk anymore.
I thought you just used it for better parking, Andy. I didn't know you were actually needing
Well, that's
it.
true too, but
I mean,
see,
no,
I'm
you don't
roly poly.
subscribe to all the MS issues.
I'm sorry.
You
You
don't
what?
have to subscribe to all the MS issues.
Uh,
Free
Yeah.
parking.
I have to because I live them every damn day.
Ah,
Anyway, what did I do this weekend?
well,
Say-
What?
Gus, why don't you go first? You're
Yeah,
our
go,
guest.
Gus. What exciting things did you do in LA? this
Yeah,
week?
in LA.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Shit, I would have prepared for that question because I'm also at the age where I don't remember what happened yesterday. It's Monday. Yesterday, I didn't go to the pool because I swim. Oh, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, right? So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
a friend of mine, a new friend, thank you,
Oh,
Oh,
who belongs to Soho House. So that was like my third time to ever go, and we went to a movie screening last night, the new
Right.
Roadhouse.
Oh, was it good?
Jake Gyllenhaal one?
I mean, it's like they paid the actors not to act. It was really just
well, let's face it. The first Roadhouse. I mean,
Why remake it?
why remake it? I mean, it wasn't good then. So it's like-
well, that's kind of refreshing, Sally Ann, because I wasn't sure. I hadn't seen it. I knew of it through cultural context, but I
Yeah.
never sat through it. And then so I sat through it last night, and I was like, "There's not a single baritone." They're all trying too hard, and then yeah, they looked like they wanted to act, but they were being micromanaged or something.
yeah, the first one, it seems like it's on TV a lot, but I don't know that I've ever watched the entire thing, but I don't think it was good.
But wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal in that, Gus?
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in it?
Looks good. He didn't do anything wrong.
Not mad about that, right?
Now, is this new friend in the industry? Can we pry? Or
Yes.
is it? Yes. Okay.
Just a new producer friend.
Mm.
Really nice guy, and to be really honest, in 15 years it's been really hard to make friends. Like I know a lot of people, but people that I feel like I can like hang around or cook with or have
Mhm.
over,
Mhm.
he's like one of 5.
Really?
Oh, wow.
It's very even like just hanging out is very like who you know. And
Really?
he does ascribe to that behavior. Now I belong to a poker group. This is like, we have a very like a action-packed night, very unusually for me. So we've got this, and then I'm going to dinner with an old roommate who's a doctor and a buddy of mine. And then after that, I've got my gay poker group. And I joined it actually when I got here, and then just sort of fell out of it. And COVID came and went, and I wasn't socializing. And I texted a buddy of mine. I was like, I got to get out of this house. What is the poker group still going? He's like, yeah. And so every Monday, it's called the Friendly Gay Poker Society. And we meet at a different house every Monday, unless the host travel, like he's got the cards and the tables and all that. And a different household will host.
Oh. Now, Gus,
fun.
well, Gus, when I think of, poker nights, I think of a bunch of straight guys with cigars and beer drinking and talking about women. And
so instead,
what's a gay poker night like?
So instead, it's a bunch of gay guys, lots of all LGBTQI across the entire board. Instead of cigars, it's weed and drinks, and everybody has something to say about Drag Race, and I live for it. It's fantastic.
Now, do you eat like
legit gaming? Like,
yeah,
there's
do
no.
you eat healthy though, or do you like straight guys will order pizza and hot dogs and things
Or do y'all
like
have
that?
snacks?
A charcuterie board or something?
No, this one's simply BYOB. It starts at, arrival is 8 to 9, but the game starts at 9. And then there's usually, it can be between 30 and 50 guys. So there's about 10
Oh,
people per, it's about 10 people per table roughly. And it's a $5 buy-in. At the end of the night, it's the first, second, and third take.
What's the most you've ever made? What's the most you ever made on poker?
Depends on how many people. I've won the whole table once, and I think that was like maybe $25. Second place gets 10, and the third place winner gets their $5 back.
Wow.
okay.
Well, that's fun.
It's
Yeah,
super fun.
that's fun.
Maybe we need to start a gay poker.
Maybe
You know what it reminded me of was remember the Gorilla Gay Bar thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The takeover.
Yeah.
I don't know if it kind of feels like that, kind of random and free will, and whoever gets there just gets to meet up and talk to new people. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Alice could use one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Andy. On your spare time here,
I'll do
you need
it.
to start one of those.
Well, what'd you do this weekend, Shannon?
Well, it was a lot of St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Saturday mostly, yeah. And
And the weather sucked for it.
We went to Greenville, yeah. So we went to the Barley House, and we're on the patio at the Barley House watching the parade when it started pouring. So then we went into the Barley House, and then when it stopped raining it drizzled for like 10 minutes. We ran to the car and came down to Oak Lawn. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest weather for.
You're growing barley.
Do what?
You're growing barley?
No. The Barley House. That's what the bar is called.
It's a bar.
We just went. Oh yeah, it's a bar. Sorry, Gus. Yeah, we just went there to watch the St. Patrick's Day parade and have beer. Well, actually, I can't drink beer. Remember, it's vodka, so I had vodka. So yeah, that's what we did. Yeah,
Cool.
And then the other exciting thing is I flipped my closet, Sally, and you know how exciting flip it from winter to summer and spring.
See, I don't do that because I've got all the space.
A big closet,
so,
yeah.
So I don't have to do that. I'm very blessed that way.
Yeah.
Hashtag blessed. I have a big closet. But yes, it's time for the spring, right? Get rid of the winter stuff, pull out the spring.
It feels good hiding a lot of stuff you kind of don't wear, and then suddenly you go get out, and it's like, oh, wait, I haven't worn this in a while.
Wait, this is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sally Ann, what about you?
Oh, I had a low-key weekend. I went to church Friday night. I like to go to church on Friday night. I met Rosemarie for brunch Saturday. So while y'all were
Odom?
St. Patty in it. Who?
Rosemary Odom?
No. I don't care. No, she's only our friend Rosemary. She's only lived here a few years. Well, she's back this year, but we went to Kenny's Woodfire Grill, which is my favorite restaurant, and they have an awesome brunch with some really nice mimosas, and just had a fun time doing that instead of being out in the rain with St. Patty's Day. And then, I sold some women's clothes yesterday, so it was
Cool. And
typical weekend.
what did you do today?
I started a new job today.
What?
Yay!
I'll tell you
Congratulations.
about
not-
it later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started a new job today. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Is it under the over into it category? Is that what you're saying?
oh, no. I just, no
Now,
need
my
to, no
question,
need to get.
Sally, is your new job working for Andy's company? Because he's had a rash
Well,
of
he's
hires
gotten
and
rid of that.
fires.
No, I wouldn't work for him. He's gotten rid of those gals that work for him. So I think he's
Well,
a tough boss.
I hired him
So
back. I hired both of them back.
I don't think he doesn't, I don't think he pays well either, from what I
Well,
understand.
I'm-
He doesn't
I'm-
give, he's stingy with the lunch breaks. So
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get paid for this gig, and I haven't received a cent.
I keep
right? You
thinking we're
either?
going to
Look,
get something, but
Look,
I
Well,
don't
he was
know.
as soon as we
Oh yeah,
hire-
did he Venmo you yet, Gus? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still waiting on that. Yeah.
Oh, wait till I'll tell you how big my bonus from Facebook was. I got
Oh yeah, you're making all kinds of money.
I
on
got a
Facebook.
bonus check from Facebook. It was $1.68.
Damn.
I can
So
relate.
did you go out and spend that this weekend? Is that what you did
No,
this
I'm-
weekend, Andy? You went out and spent
No,
your
I'm
$1.60?
saving it for college.
Okay. What'd you do this weekend? You met up with
Uh,
the guys, didn't you?
Yeah, I
I
didn't
saw
go
a
out.
picture of
I
you
didn't
with
go
a
out to.
shamrock on your face.
There's no place for a wheelchair down in Greenville, so I waited until
Yeah.
they came down to the strip, and I met them on the strip for a bit, and then yesterday, I just kind of piddled around, did some laundry, cleaned up a little bit because my housekeeper comes tomorrow, and I want to clean up before she gets here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then tomorrow I have physical therapy and occupational therapy. I think that's it. I don't think I have any other appointments this week.
No other therapy.
I have some board meeting or board committee meeting
Yes,
this week,
you
but
do.
Do y'all have the Irving School Board or the
Yeah.
Irving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Twice this week.
yes.
So
Oh, twice.
And
Okay.
Andy, I figured out when you were saying we could you could raise money through merchandising, right? And you've talked about merch.
Mhm.
I think last week we struck gold with a couple of T-shirt slogans that we could put on there, and both of you provided those slogans.
Oh,
So the first
I know the
was-
one Andy provided. I know
I
exactly.
think
the one.
leave it on God's time would be one of them.
Oh.
One of our podcast shirt, and the other one would be so tall she could hunt geese with a rake. I think that's definitely a big seller, don't you, Sally?
Listen, Shannon, I went back and I started watching the podcast from last week because I wanted to see the Oscar stuff, but I never made it that far. I saw the beginning, or I saw enough of it where Andy said that about catching geese with a rake or whatever. And it was funny because the look on your face. Because I think I was in the middle of saying something and you're like, let's get back to this.
Nobody
was funny
heard it
because
but
I've
me.
never, I've never heard it. But yeah, those are two great options for
Have you
merch,
ever heard
right?
that before, Gus? Say it, Andy. What's the saying?
She's so tall she could hunt geese with a rake.
She must have been from East Texas.
That was a new one. I
Oh,
mean,
that's something they would say there.
She was she played for South Carolina. We'll say it's a Carolina thing. So
yeah.
since
Yeah.
Andy
You're
said
from
it,
Carolina.
yeah,
Sorry,
Aren't you from Carolina? One of the
yeah,
He
Carolinas?
that's-
is.
yeah.
South Carolina.
South.
Did you tell everybody about me sending you a picture of the diary entry that I found of you?
No.
Whoa,
You
what?
start talking,
Mm.
Andy.
Whoa.
Guts wrote
You made
about
a
me.
diary entry about Andy? Dear
Maybe
diary.
maybe we need to step back and tell how we all knew each other. Would
Yeah.
that start the
Yeah.
whole- yeah, Andy, you
Well,
wanted to share.
Shannon, Sally, and I used to work together.
I mean, Gus. And
Yeah,
you.
but Gus.
Oh, I know Gus from our days at the Centrum.
Yeah,
I knew Gus when he used to make candles.
yeah. I had a
Yes.
candle that kind of went wild and took off. And
It did. Do you still do that?
no, I mean, I'll make some for myself.
Yeah.
I have some leftovers actually.
So-
Let's call it, because I don't like paying retail for candles.
So, Sally Ann, what are we celebrating this week?
Shannon, so much to celebrate. Let's see. I wrote it all down. Well, yesterday we had St. Patrick's Day, right? But it was
Yes,
celebrated
yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
So today's the 18th. It's I always like to pick out the weird ones. Today's National Awkward Moments Day because we've all had those awkward moments. We'd like to
We've had
Um,
entire podcasts that are awkward.
Yeah,
I know.
right. So, the 19th is Let's Laugh Day. I think that's really important. We should laugh every day, right? And, the
Last laugh.
20th, Let's
You said-
Laugh Day.
Oh, let's laugh. I
Let's.
was like,
Let
laugh,
us
laugh.
laugh. Let's laugh.
Sounds
And the 20th is Native HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. So it's for Indigenous people awareness of HIV/AIDS. And then we've got Thursday is National Self-Tanning Day. So I'm thinking I may go get a spray tan. I don't know.
Now, have you done that before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done spray tan. Well, years
Yeah.
ago, I did tanning beds back in
Yeah. Well, yeah.
back in my
Mhm.
younger days
Right.
until I, got diagnosed. Till
Yeah.
there was a melanoma at one
Yeah.
point that had to be cut off. So I try to avoid those, but I have done spray tans, and they have the booth you can get in. But what I've done is like you go, it's the most awkward thing in the world. You go and you basically stand there naked while somebody airbrushes a tan on you. It's like, you're just like somebody you've never met before. You're just standing there, just
Hard pass.
it's but the tan is so nice and even. It looks really good.
I mean,
I would do
even
it
your-
before I would go on
even your not-
vacation.
Even your naughty bits get tanned. It sounds like.
Even yes, I laughed, and of course this was before when I was more in doubt. I laughed, and I would be like, even my under boob is tan. She would like have me lift up my boobs and spray it.
Now, do they
It's-
out or rub it in, or like you don't come out looking like Mark?
No, they spray it, and then you just kind of stand there and let it dry. You stand there naked in front of a fan and let it dry, and then the color is more, I think, to help them realize where they've sprayed, because it's one of those that reacts and you get, more tan. It's but now I'm thinking I might need a spray tan.
Gus looks tan though.
Well,
Is
he's
that-
in LA. I mean,
I know. Is everybody tan in LA?
No, it's just
and he's an actor.
I don't go to the gym anymore. I joined the pool, and I'm
Oh.
kind of noticing this myself. I've been swimming so much, and the sun is finally coming out. We've had storm after storm, so
Yeah.
even today, I swim and I can tell the difference. I'm getting a Speedo line that I haven't had in 20 years.
Nice. Nice. See,
Speedo line.
Andy, he can still wear Speedos. We can't. wear Speedos.
Well, Shannon, you're about to be able to. Come on.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
nobody needs to see me in a Speedo. Nobody.
So that's it for the days. The only other one is the 21st is National Common Courtesy Day. Again, like, do we need a day for that? I feel like
Can't we just be courteous?
we can just be courteous,
Yeah.
right? We don't
Yes,
have
I
to.
have to.
So that's really, those are the days to celebrate. I think, Tim's birthday's next week, right? I was
Yes,
gonna say,
yes.
Timmy's got a birthday
28,
coming up. So
28.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
And-
that's what we're
Good.
celebrating.
All right.
Bailey?
Sorry,
Last name Bailey?
Thomas.
You're a Thomas?
Tim Thomas. My last name is Brown.
Brown.
Brown. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Gus, did Andy prep you on the over it, obsessed with it
Mhm.
portion of the? Okay, you've been prepped?
Yeah. I mean, I've been told to put some things. I don't know how you're going to circulate it, but yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
do you want to go
Go.
first, or do you want to?
No, y'all start.
Okay. So Sally Ann, let's start with over it. Let's start with over it this week. What are you over this week?
I am over these, like when you go, like say the grocery store or Walgreens or whatever, and you've got your loyalty, you sign in when you check out, and then you see something was a certain price, and it's like, but I didn't get that price. Oh, well, you have to go on the app and clip the coupon to get the price. Like, it's like, if I've got the app, just give me the price for the loyalty member or whatever, right? I'm just kind of over, like, because it's complicated, and
Yeah.
it's just give me the price. Give me the 3 Diet Cokes for $6. That's all I really want. So
I'm
over like having to do both. It's like, I've given you my phone number, I put it in the system.
Yeah.
Obviously I shop here. Now I have
Yeah.
to go on your app and actually clip a digital coupon. And then when I check out, you're going to try to get me to get one of your credit cards.
Yeah.
on top of everything else. So that's what I'm over. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's another one of those get off my lawn type things, I think. So
What about you, Andy? What are you over?
I am over. I hope this doesn't offend too many people.
No,
I probably
great.
will, but that's
Notice,
okay.
notice I didn't say everybody. I am over online colleges.
Okay.
Mm.
Get hit up again.
Who does it? I mean,
Yeah.
just the commercials on television. I think a lot of them are selling something that's just not up to par. They're not accredited like they should be, and they're trying to sell a college experience that just it's not a college experience. I had a college experience. Sally, I know you had a college experience. Gus, I don't know if you did you go to college? Yes or no?
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
it's
I had a good time.
Yeah, me too.
Seven.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Andy, how would I learn to do a keg stand from an online college?
exactly. I just
Right?
I think
Just not doing the right things these days.
I think
Yes.
people are being sold a bill of goods, and it just makes me really sad when I see those commercials.
Oh my God, here's a way for you to make money. Start your own online college. You have a master's in education, right?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Candy's School of Beauty or I don't know, something.
No, I'll just buy Three Rivers Secretarial School.
I was going to say the secretarial school.
There you go. This is what you do. I mean, you've been looking for an opportunity. There it is, right in front of you.
Yeah. It just makes me really sad because I don't think people are just
I see
wasting
your
their money.
point for
Yeah,
sure.
I do too. Gus,
Because I
what
think
about
I
you?
remember one of those going like out of business like
Yeah.
several years ago. Like people were paying their money in and all of a sudden the school was closed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Gus, what
Go
about you?
ahead.
What are you over?
Those little things on our screen right now. Who's Christopher Longoria and hasn't been here for 30 minutes and it's just like we're being spied on or
Here she is.
That's what I'm over.
Hello, hello, hello.
Get out of the drive-through. Gee, I'll sit
Sorry.
and there's 80
He's a
of
little
us
bit
and
of a stalker.
you're the person. The reviews be all up in
Hi,
it.
Gus. Nice to
Hi.
meet you, Gus.
Dude.
This is Eva Longoria.
Yes. All right. So here's what I'm
What you
Um,
over?
I'm over useless text messaging from places of business.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
the scenario. All right. I book my haircut and my beard trim online. Text, thank you for booking your appointment, blah, 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 blah. Got it. Then, I don't know, 4 days earlier, reminder about your appointment. Got it. The day before, reminder about your appointment. Reply yes if you still want to come to your appointment. Yeah, yes, I'm still coming. And then when I'm done, I mean, immediately I walk out. Thank you for coming in. Please take a survey on your results. I'm like, I don't need all the texts. I don't need them all. I get it from my doctor. I get them
Everybody.
from the barbershop. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't need them. I don't, and I'm not, you don't want me to fill out the survey because I'm already pissed off that you're texting me. So just don't.
You know who the
right?
worst about surveys is if you ever take your car to the dealership for surveys.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
They
yes.
will wear you
Yes.
out about
Yes.
surveys. And I told them a long time ago, I was like, stop sending me those surveys. The more you
Yeah.
send me,
The agent will say they have to get 100 or they're in some kind of trouble.
yeah, be like,
Yeah.
we'd appreciate it if you give us all 5s or all 10s or whatever. I'm like, well, that means there's no room for improvement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, I forgot about those. Those are good examples, Sally. They're just
I mean-
Food delivery, too. Food delivery. Your driver's on the way. Your driver has left. Your driver is 2 blocks away. Your driver is here. He can't get into the building because he needs the code. Well, it's in the information that I put online if he
Yeah.
can read.
It's crazy. Too much texting.
Entirely.
I don't want him to call me either, but just don't connect. I'm
actually glad that you mentioned that one too, Sally Ann, because the one that trips me out is like when your friend like, hi, how are you? What's going on? Are you available? And like this, like you walk away from your phone for 7 seconds and there's like 9 texts because they just that makes me take pills.
Are they good pills?
Encuentra tu ritmo,
That's so fun.
tu momento de
Oh,
calma.
oh,
Descubre tu
Oh.
potencial.
oh, who's that?
I
I'm playing.
recognize that.
I'm playing with my board.
Ah, that sounded familiar.
I know.
All right, so let's. What are we obsessed with? Sally, you want to go first?
Y'all,
I-
I'm still obsessed with Kate Middleton. We still have no
What's-
proof of life on
there's-
her.
No new
I know.
developments. No new developments.
Yeah. I'm still obsessed with it. Like, and now because I've talked about it and watched a couple of TikToks, that's part of my algorithm now. So every conspiracy theory out there, I've seen it. I am
She's
like,
dead.
I need to see her
dead.
alive. I need
You
to
think
see her
she's
alive.
dead? You
I think she's
dead?
dead.
Oh,
I think
wow.
she
she's
might
dead.
be.
I think she
Wow.
is.
And where are the kids? Why haven't we seen them?
Wow. Maybe they're
I
all
mean,
dead.
Yeah.
Let's take a
It's-
trip to see Aunt Megan.
Yeah, it's
Oh, is Harry still over there?
it's-
I think he's
No,
still in LA.
he's got-
No, he went over there for
back.
like a minute when,
Oh.
Yeah.
and now I'm like, was Charles really diagnosed with cancer, or was this just something to just,
It was a
ooh, a
ruse,
shiny
yeah.
thing,
Oh,
Wow.
He wants to
Mm.
be queen,
Who?
It's,
Charles.
it's, I'm still obsessed with it. So that's where
Yeah.
we are.
Okay.
What about you, Shannon?
So I'm kind of obsessed. It is Women's History Month, so shout out to you, Sally Ann, and all the women in our
Ooh.
lives.
Very
that we love
historical,
and love.
yeah. So,
Yes,
yeah.
you're very historical. Well, I mean, you're making history right now.
Absolutely.
But I'm really obsessed a little bit with like girl power songs that are out and popular right now. There's a lot of like girl like. Let me give you some examples, and even
Give
one
us some examples.
I've been playing these on when we go anywhere. There's
Uh-huh.
So one of them is Ariana Grande, the Yes and And. That's a good one. That's about girl empowerment. Renee Rapp and Megan Thee Stallion, Not My Fault. So that's another good one that's all about girl power. Feather by Sabrina Carpenter is all about girl empowerment. Like, we don't
Okay.
need you. We got all this. And then Dua Lipa, of course, who say pop music with
Who say
Houdini,
pop
right?
music.
I mean,
The pandemic.
the one-
She say pop music.
I know when I get in these rotations with music, and I all of a sudden today I was like, wow, I have a lot of like
Wow.
girl power music on my phone.
I
I'm
like
really
it.
obsessed with it. I think that's
Yeah.
I like it.
And you
I
have
like
to,
it.
and you have to be prepared for when you do
Mhm.
go out with him, because if there's a jukebox,
Mhm.
those same 5 songs play
Over
every
and over and
single
over?
place we
You
go.
should talk.
I know, I do play them too.
So that's what I'm
But yeah.
obsessed with. Girl
I like
music,
it,
girl power
yeah.
music. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I am obsessed. Oh my gosh.
If you say fruit, we're hanging up
No.
because we're not going to do fruit.
I'm obsessed with, it comes out Wednesday. The newest 10 episodes of X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait.
Yes.
I used to
Cartoon.
love watching. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
They're
gonna
continuing it.
it's gonna be on Disney Plus. It picks up right where it left off.
I don't
It's
know
just 2.
anything
They're just
about that.
they're doing 2 and then 1 a week every
Mhm.
week.
So these are new episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they drawn crappy like the ones back then were
Oh,
drawn?
I don't know.
I think they're better, and they have the same original voices too.
Yeah.
From the cartoon back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, you talked about that, and my brain disappeared. I was like, "Well, whose are those voices?"
Voiceover.
You answered. It's like,
So-
okay,
That's what I'm obsessed with right now.
Well, that was pretty nerdy. Great job.
Oh,
Andy.
and Palm Royal starts
Mhm.
this
Yes.
week too
Yes.
with
Yes,
Kristen
yes.
Wiig. That looks
You-
funny.
see me in that. Wait, is that the? Is
Wait,
that the?
did we talk
Carol
about that
Burnett one?
last week?
It's with Kristen Wiig. God, who else is
Carol
Yeah.
Burnett,
Country Club.
Carol Burnett, Allison
Allison
Janney.
Janney.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that
Laura
last
Dern.
week? I have that written
Yeah.
down somewhere
Yeah,
for something.
we did.
Okay.
We mentioned it
okay.
last week. Yep.
Yeah.
We did.
Star-studded.
Yeah.
What is that on Peacock? What is that on? Paramount?
It's on Apple TV.
Apple.
Plus.
Oh, Apple.
hmm
Did y'all ever know John Norris? Because he's part of that. And
John
he used
Norris.
to go and he played. He's a drummer, and he used to work out at the Centrum.
I know that
And I-
name.
We did I'm in an episode of that something real casual in a country club, but he's there, and I was like, John.
Hmm.
And so we went and had lunch.
No, I have to go look it up.
Cool.
All right. What are you
So
obsessed
what are
with,
you?
Gus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That label on the bottom of your glass, Shannon.
What's on the bottom of your
I
glass?
don't know.
The price tag.
The what? The price tag? Oh, there is a price tag. Oh, you're pretty observant, Gus. Amazing.
Yeah, but I'm obsessed.
All right. All right, Andy, where are we going next?
I guess we will go to Shiloh. Oh,
Coach
no.
Daddy.
Come on, Coach Daddy. Woohoo!
He's
Daddy hasn't
ready.
had the coach in a while.
Yeah.
He survived St. Patrick's Day as well.
Barely.
Yes.
Shiloh,
No one's
did-
fingers went exploring on me, so I'm pretty good there.
I did my bracket.
Dude, what do you say?
We can talk about it because they don't listen to the podcast.
Oh,
Runaway fingers.
another story for another time.
Yes, we'll keep that
I
off.
feel like that's.
Sorry,
I feel like
guys.
that's. I feel like that's an offline story.
Now,
It is an offline story, yeah.
like Shiloh, can we mention your friend who is red haired? And so that was kind of a St. Patty's. Well, she's Scottish, not
Yeah.
Irish, right?
The enemy, right?
The enemy.
No, we're friends.
The enemy.
We're friends.
Oh, you are friends? I don't know the history, so.
We just don't like the British.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's the Irish car bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Did y'all do Irish car bomb Saturday? Did y'all have a few?
Shiloh did. Yeah.
Had a couple,
Did
yeah.
you?
I was at the other table. You guys didn't allow me to sit with you, so I had to sit somewhere else.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
So
All
what
right,
you got-
Shiloh.
What you got for us, Coach Daddy?
So again, no local Dallas gay softball, another rainout weekend. So I guess we're playing all of the games in July or June or something. I don't know.
No.
Oh, when it gets
Yay.
nice and hot. Good.
Nice.
It'll be
Uh,
fun.
so-
Cool weather.
None of that. As you guys all should know, or at least our team here, not necessarily our listeners, March Madness is upon us. Starts Thursday and Friday.
Woo! I feel
not
like the
that-
bracket.
Thank you, Andy. I like that you filled it out based on team color and mascots and places you'd heard of. That's really good.
And if
Sally
any of
Amber's
our
waiting on
3
you.
or 4, I'm totally. If any of our 3 or 4 listeners want to participate, email us ifosh99@gmail.com. We might come up with a little prize for you. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see what's in the budget.
Shiloh, has everybody submitted their picks?
Not me.
Everyone, Sally,
haven't
and
yet.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You know
nice.
You know you're going to pick Sally in? As the winner?
As the no, not yet. I got to look
No.
at it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is,
I'm gonna
did
pick.
Old-
I think I'm
did
gonna
Old
pick.
Miss
I
make it?
make it into the Sweet 16. So I think we're on a. We'll see. Do what you say,
Mississippi-
Shiloh?
Did Old Miss make it into the?
Old Miss
Who?
and Mississippi State and Old Miss did. She's a Mississippi State.
I don't know nothing about Ole Miss.
She's,
I do know.
Oh,
she's going to
Old
come
Piss,
through that
sorry.
screen.
Old Piss.
Old Piss.
That
I don't
will-
know nothing about Ole Miss.
That'll
so-
be edited out, Andy.
Yeah.
That's a cue to edit that part out. Speaking of Ole Miss, real quick, I don't know if you follow softball, but they beat LSU, who were the only undefeated softball team in
Wow.
D1.
Wow.
They beat them
Hate
last
that.
night, 5-2. And Rick,
I'm sorry
might
about that.
we might
Yeah.
have a crack on the 70-inch TV in the living room because he was not happy.
Notice how he lets everybody know there's a 70-inch TV in the.
Yes, if any, we're taking donations for a replacement.
Yeah.
But this time, make it bigger. And they're currently losing again right now, so he's not very happy.
Are
He's
they?
working.
Okay.
He's working right now. So
Wow.
Shiloh, did you do your picks?
Yeah, I already did
Mississippi
mine.
State beat LSU men this weekend twice. Baseball. at
baseball,
home.
yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball and softball is great, but we're trying to talk about basketball.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, he brought up LSU
Well,
softball. So
yeah.
Shiloh, who did you pick as the winners?
who'd you pick for your Final Four?
I actually did a couple. Let me check to see what I did with ours. I like to do a bunch of them. Like I'll do like one that's just all upsets, and then I'll do one that it's all the top seeds until the Sweet 16, because that's usually your. I don't want to give away all
That's
the tips. But
cheating.
That's usually your safest bet. Like
It is your safest bet. Yeah.
is to pick all the top seeds until the Sweet 16, then start making picks. So for ours, I had. Where are we? I have UConn. Oh no, I have Iowa State. The Final Four, I have Iowa State, St. Mary's, and then Houston and Tennessee. And then I have Houston beating Iowa State, which is a rematch of the Big 12 where Iowa State beat the crap out
Okay.
of Houston. Pretty bad, yeah.
Who was your final two, Shiloh? Sorry, I was just pulling.
Houston and Iowa State.
Oh, I had Iowa State and Tennessee. So
Close, because I had Houston knocking out Tennessee.
yeah, there you go. All right.
We spanked some Tennessee booty
Yeah.
Friday, so or
Yeah, I
I bet you
Thursday.
did. Was this the
Yeah.
team or was this just you, Sally-Ann?
Was that a date
Both,
you had on
yeah,
Friday?
A bit of both.
yeah.
A little bit of both.
Who did you pick in the women's?
So in the women's, I'm pretty sure I have Iowa winning that one. Let me just confirm.
What?
Me too.
Caitlin,
She's
Yeah.
got to. She's leaving. She's got
Got
to
to.
win, right? She's have
Yep.
another chance
Yep.
at another championship.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, as I'm pulling that up, so the most picked for the women's, 36%. This is through ESPN, who we're using. It's 36% have picked South Carolina, and then 31% have picked Iowa.
Yep. Those are my
And
top two.
highest
South
Is
Carolina.
LSU with 5%.
South Carolina's going to take it. I'm just telling you.
No, I was gonna no. LSU
They're
gonna
gonna
lose to Iowa.
they're gonna beat up people on their way to.
They're
Yeah.
gonna clear. They're gonna clear benches, right?
Mm,
Probably they will.
They're
So
clear benches and hunt geese.
okay, I just joined the group, so
Okay.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you for catching up, Sally. And so for my Final Four for the women's, I have South Carolina beating Texas,
Yes,
and then Iowa beating Ohio State,
don't care.
and then Iowa beating South Carolina.
Nope, that's not gonna
Yep.
happen. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, I know they have the uglier mascot, Candy, and I know you're a big fan of the Lady Cox, so I get
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna beat the
That's
flip
that's
out of
Andy's-
them.
I thought Andy, that was your nickname, wasn't it?
Lady
Cox.
Cox.
Yes.
So Gus, are you a basketball fan?
Of what?
Basketball?
Sports ball.
Orange, white, or green?
That would be the orange one, yes.
Hmm?
I saw one yesterday.
A ball or a basketball?
Basketball.
Yeah.
All right, so those are in. When does it
It's
start?
all-
Wednesday or Thursday?
So Wednesday and Thursday is when the first four, the first
Oh, yeah.
the four teams, the first four games happen, but that doesn't impact the pick. Like they just throw in whoever from those games, like that just flows through. So it starts Thursday and Friday is the actual the real games.
All
And
right.
then you can sit at home and work, and if you are fortunate enough to have a 70-inch TV, then you can watch all four games at once that are playing at the
I have
same
a
time.
I have a TV in my office. Isn't that weird? You put a TV in my
Hmm.
office.
Sweet.
Yeah,
You never have to leave.
never. I'll just live there.
There you go. Speaking of TVs and work, and this is not sports related, but don't forget, we're less than a month away from the total solar eclipse in Dallas.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's a big
Yes.
deal coming up. I even bought some eclipse glasses online.
Oh,
This
I'm
is the
ready
one you
for
don't look
it.
at directly, right?
Be sure to stare
you can.
directly at
You can. That's fine.
it. Tell all your friends. Look right into it.
I saw an article where they said that there's two places that are like getting a lot of reservations because they're like the two best spots to look at it, to view it. I can't
So
remember what that was.
we're not in the direct line. So we have
Yeah.
total like a full eclipse, but we don't have the longest amount of time when the eclipse is happening. That's further east of here.
Yeah, I think it was up in the New England
There's a
area.
wealth of information.
Wow, on everything.
I went to see,
Wow.
I'm going to be using my glasses from 2017 when I went to the middle of nowhere in Missouri, Shannon's homeland, and watched the eclipse.
Yeah.
The last time that we had a total eclipse, like
Oh, cool.
it's like it was weird. Like it's total eclipse. It's all of a sudden it's daylight, and then it's
And it's
dark,
just-
and then
No.
like the crickets and all the bugs
Everything
are
starts
like
coming
chirping.
out?
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I may have had a few drinks, and a buddy of mine may have been trying to record a video for his kids, and I kept saying "holy fuck," and he just like stopped saying "fuck," and I just kept saying it. And so yeah, he needed Andy's editing skills to get that out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's staying in too. I'll be at the roundup if anybody wants to join me.
You'll be the roundup.
You'll be watching it.
A different total eclipse.
Well, I won't be
And-
watching it. I'll be inside drinking.
Like, He'll be playing what is it? Under the neon moon. That's what
Neon
you'll be playing.
Moon.
God.
That's such a
Brooks-
great country song.
Oh
Thank
no,
you.
stop
When you hear-
it.
no,
Thank
it's
you,
not.
Sally Ann. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
God, it is. It's a great
Hello.
two-stepping song. Oh,
awful.
yeah.
I don't two-step to it. I just like to listen to it.
It's a great song.
Andy, do you two-wheel or two-step?
I too will. And when I'm outside, I go four-wheeling.
And we twirl you around on the dance floor.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, Shiloh, anything else you want to share? Sports related?
That's it. Sports related. Just one more thing on the eclipse. It's April 8th and it's during the day. So it's a weekday. So you need to take the day off if you want to actually enjoy it or just go outside.
Exactly. Or
How long
just-
does it last?
It's like a couple minutes, like maybe two,
Yeah.
two and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a couple hours.
A cool way.
If you're the roundup, a couple hours.
Sorry, Gus,
What was
what'd you
that?
say?
A cool way to watch. I saw it last time. Go to water like White Rock or Turtle Creek and watch it in the reflection of the water.
Oh, cool.
Ah,
Now,
and you don't have to worry about the glasses.
Yeah.
unless you there happen to be a dead body in White Rock Lake, then it's going to obstruct your view. But
Good, yeah.
How funny.
or crocodiles, sewer crocodiles.
Ew. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for sports. We'll have more as we see who does really well and really poorly in the bracket.
Yeah. Did we make a bet us four or us
I
five?
thought Shiloh was doing the payout. I don't know.
Did, but I don't remember what it was, and I don't listen to our podcast, so I have no way of telling. What the bet was.
Loser has to buy drinks. How's that? The biggest loser.
Well,
How about that?
I'll already be at roundup, so come on.
Just use Andy's tab.
Right.
I pay in cash.
All right, Eva, what's going on with you?
Oh,
I know you had a
I'm
busy
mourning.
week last week. You're probably worn out.
yeah. I'm mourning the loss or the end of award season. So it's the cycle begins again.
The
So
3 months when Hollywood fillets itself.
yes, exactly. And
Oh,
award.
Gus is
awards for
on.
everyone.
Andy,
Yeah.
that's not very nice. Gus is on.
Sorry, Gus, but it's the first 3 months of the year when Hollywood
I
fillets
love it.
itself.
You think I like this employment, bitch?
Not a lot going on since it's over. But I did want to go over some movies that came out in the box office this past week. Kung Fu Panda beat out Dune 2 for the top.
Kung Fu
box
Panda
office.
4 kicked butt. didn't it?
4.
Mhm.
It did. I've not seen 1, 2, or 3, but Rick loves them. He's yelling from the other room.
I've
They're
seen-
very good.
I've seen 1 and 3, and they're funny.
But yeah, and Dune has now surpassed 500 million at the global box office, and
So I
wonder-
saw something where it said Timothy Chalamet. Is that his name? Say his last name.
Yeah.
The two movies between Wonka and Dune 2, in like 30 or 45 years since John Travolta, no actor has had 2 movies within 8 months that hit a certain amount. I don't know if it was
Oh,
a
wow.
billion or whatever it was, but I mean that's pretty good for a
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
kid his
Let's
age.
just hope he doesn't join Scientology. So and then he's good.
He could join my
speaking-
cult. But
Well. Speaking of Timothy Chalamet, which is how we would pronounce it. There's
Sorry.
a video.
Chalamet.
There's a video of Katya and Trixie Mattel. For those who don't know who those are drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, where they pronounce Timothy Chalamet, but they found out that the real way to pronounce it is Timothée Chalamet. And it's so hilarious because they tie it in with a clip from Nell, the movie Nell, where she's like,
Shut up, Tayin in the wind.
Rick and I have seen it multiple times, and we cannot stop laughing. And so he'll walk in and he'll walk. Yeah, he'll walk in and he'll be like, Timothée Chalamet. It's so hilarious. I'll put it in the link. I'll send it to y'all in the text message. You can watch it. But apparently that's how you pronounce his name.
That's
and they're just
awesome.
like,
Look who's here.
yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
Yay. Oh, sweet baby. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt y'all. He just wanted to say
Distraction. He's got so big.
Say I'm a sweet baby boy.
All right, Eva, what other movies? Is that it?
But yeah, so coming up this week, that's pretty much what's been, taking over the box office, Dune especially. But there's some new additions this week coming up. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. If you're a
They're
Ghostbusters
still
fan.
making those movies?
Well,
They're still
I was
making
gonna
it.
say, why are we still doing those?
Yeah. This one will see the return in a more lengthy. This will take a more lengthy appearances by the originals that are still living with us.
You have Carrie Coon's in this one.
And Carrie Coon she was in the last one. She was
She
the mom.
was?
She's the mom. Yeah. Paul Rudd is in it.
Paul Rudd.
A little
Paul
handmaid
Rudd.
that made a splash this last season. If you watch The Handmaid's Tale, she's in it. She's the main star. She plays Egon's granddaughter, I believe. So she's kind of taking the helm of him. But yeah, all the originals come back, including Annie Potts, who doesn't love Annie Potts. But the last one was pretty good. We watched it not too long ago, and it came out a few years ago. But it's really good. If you're like, your Ghostbusters. And then there's a couple of horror movies that are coming out. Late Night with the Devil.
I saw that
which
trailer.
Has a very interesting trailer. We watched it the other day. Very interesting late night TV show that wants to go into the supernatural and conjure the devil, and chaos ensues on live TV, and they want to keep going with it, and because it makes good television, and then the audience starts becoming possessed and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then another horror movie with Sydney Sweeney is called Immaculate, where she plays, I guess, this reformed girl who becomes a nun and then becomes possessed, I believe. There's a lot of possession going on.
Is Marlena still possessed on Days of Our Lives?
No, she's not anymore, but she was.
Is
a couple
anybody?
years ago.
Is anybody possessed on Days of Our Lives now?
No. They just burned down the Horton House, though. The iconic Horton House. They burned it down.
Wow.
So, which is crazy. I cried, but it was
I'm still
I
shocked
watched
that
Jack
Doug just died. Doug
just
he
died,
just died.
and Jack A's the mayor, right?
Yeah, she's the mayor. She has heart problems right now, so let's set a prayer for her.
Okay, prayers up.
Because Abe, who doesn't realize he's Abe anymore because he has no memory, might have to take over, but because he's the next in line. He's the first husband. So it's crazy in Salem right now. And then the last movie that looks very interesting if you like art house movies is a movie called Problemista. It's got Tilda Swinton, RZA, and Isabella Rossellini. It looks very interesting. It's an artsy movie about art, actually. We saw the previews for it at Dune.
Isabella Rossellini, the like she's the voiceover of it, isn't she?
She's a narrator. Yeah. But it looks very interesting. So I love Tilda Swinton. So definitely we'll check that out. And then just another few things. I mean, music. Casey Musgraves just released a new album.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yes, it's a follow-up to her 2021 album that detailed her marriage and her divorce to her husband, which was if anybody listened to it grab some tissues because it's very deep, very like scarring. She's been through it. But this one has a little bit more of a better uplifting. I think all of those demons are gone. I listened to a few songs. Her song "Deeper Well" right now is out and it's on the charts. It's really good. She performed at the Grammys this past year, and give it a listen to. It's really good. It's out on Spotify, Apple Music, all your iTunes, all that stuff. Well, I guess it's Apple Music. And then Justin Timberlake.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Justice for Britney. That's all I'll say.
Team Britney.
And then, and then just real quick. So the last, in reality TV, the last episode of the season 13 Real Housewives of Beverly Hills aired this last week. And it started off I know we didn't talk about this last week because we took a break because we talked about Oscars. But it started off in a very dramatic form, which I might have an understanding of a time or two. Sutton had to be ushered off.
Was it a bad wig?
No. They all looked great, actually. Sutton had a neuropathy. neuropathy episode.
I have neuropathy.
Neuropathic episode.
I have neuropathy every damn day.
Yes. Well, you weren't on the stage with Andy Cohen all day.
I hate Andy Cohen.
Exactly.
We know, we've
So
covered
I think she told her body to flare up so she could get out of it.
She's scared of Kathy Hilton.
Well, that too. At the beginning of the episode, she was escorted off the stage with Garcelle, and she never came back.
And Garcelle didn't want to stay because she's scared of Kathy Hilton too.
Yeah, they took her to the hospital, and then, of course, spoiler alert, as Candy just mentioned, Kathy Hilton was there to assist Kyle to avoid and dodge every question about her breakup, her separation, and then her girlfriend.
What
all of this
magazine is she
stuff.
gonna be on? You mentioned
They never did say.
Oh,
I have been scouring the internet, and I think they kind of put a kibosh on it.
People, I bet it's People.
I think it's going to be People, and it should be coming up soon. But she's pretty much, all in all, confirmed that she's in a lesbian relationship with this Morgan Wade singer, which they're everywhere together. She's at her concerts. They're attending events.
She's young.
Yes, they're at the Vanity Fair Oscar party together. I mean, it's just obvious now. But they're still not divorced, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes with that, because he's worth a lot of money. Mauricio has like tons of offices opened up in around the world now.
I don't think
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
It's easier to live your separate life and not go through all that pain.
Yeah, because I think they only have one daughter that's still a minor.
Portia.
I think she's 16. I think they did her bar mitzvah. No, not her bar mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah.
Yeah.
But that's 13. That's 13, right?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Anyways, I think she's older than that now. But anyways, with that, it was just basically a whole hour of dodging the questions, and then Kathy stepping in and saying that everyone's bullies and leave her alone and blah blah blah. So not really much to detail there. But all the housewives are expected to return except for Anne Marie.
Yay, she's awful.
A newbie. She sparked controversy this year with her personal ties to anti-gay and anti-trans fundraising groups. Along with her husband, who's that NFL player Marcellus Wiley. They were very vocal about anti-gay and anti-trans bills and funding and fundraising and all that stuff. So, and I think that got out mid-season, and that's why she was
just
limited.
a distraction for Kyle's Lebanese relationships.
Yeah, I think the writing zone. She just didn't make good TV, and she spewed out a bunch of misinformation about medical conditions that were not correct, and she got schooled by a few doctors and former housewives that came in and said, "You don't know what you're talking about." But yeah, so that pretty much wraps that up. Right now, I think what's filming for Real Housewives is they're about to release season 2 of
Dubai.
Dubai, yes. Which should come out this summer,
June 3rd.
spring, early, and then I think they're currently filming Salt Lake City and Atlanta, and OC is filming, so that'll all come in the fall once they're done.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's kind of a slower week. Like I said, Oscars kind of took the meat of everything last week. So,
but everybody's wondering where your crown is.
Yeah.
Oh, my crown! It's back in the box. Oh, you should have seen the looks. You should have seen the looks. I had to dust it off and shine it and polish it and all sorts, and stick it back in the crown box that he specifically bought for it.
Yes.
So
yes.
Did it shrink back down after you took it off your head?
Actually, it pinched me really bad, and it left my forehead dirty because it's so dirty. but yes, it's packed away. It's safe and sound
for another year.
It's back at the Guggenheim.
Okay. All right, Andy, let's get to our guest.
Yeah, let's do it.
I am very excited to have my friend on, Gus Klein. I met Gus back in 1996.
Check the diary.
I know, 96 or 97. Oh, we were both so young back then.
Children.
I was working at Metasolve with Shannon and Sally, and who weren't there yet. They came a few years
Oh, yeah.
later. And Gus was making candles. He has a great candle business here in Dallas. But now he has fled to Hollywood and he's doing wonderful things out there, aren't you, Gus?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you're working on it. And he is also a published author. So,
Ooh, our second author.
Wow.
so welcome, Gus, everybody.
Welcome, guys.
Yay.
So,
Welcome, welcome.
so Gus, when exactly did you move out there? And did you know you wanted to be an actor?
I went to UNT and I got a degree in radio, TV, film,
Okay.
and a minor in Spanish. And then I graduated in '96, so I did an internship at the BBC in '96, and then I came back and graduated, and I did an internship in Dallas. And then there's no acting in Dallas, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So the candle business started because I had to create like a how-to video in college, and what got up my ass. I was like, I'm going to start a candle business, and
It worked.
it took off. Yeah. And then this company called Global Views was a really big client that kind of really shifted things for me. And they had a retail shop that took over. Do you remember that flower shop that was next to the Roundup?
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
In retail, and they took it over. That's where I met them because I was staining the concrete. I was staining concrete to fund the candle business before it finally took. I was busting my ass, and so I stuck to doing that. Remember, I'd sell them in the lobby of the hotel, and somebody would work manage an office building, and then I'd show up at that office building in the lobby selling candles, and then it took off. But all of that to say, I just kind of let the acting go by the wayside because I just didn't know how to activate it. I left July of 2009 on a road trip with a buddy, and we got here, and it's like 115 in Dallas with like 80% humidity, and I'm sitting in Malibu looking at mountains by water, which I'd never seen in my whole life. And I just looked at him and I said, "Do you mind if I fly you home? I'm going to figure something out."
Oh wow, you had
So that was it. That was your decision. I mean, that was
I
you were just
I
like,
literally I had 2 apartments for about 4 months. I had to figure some shit out, get to work. I busted my ass here. I had a small chunk of cash from the candle business. I went to work at Mickey's, the club. I was working at a hotel and the Gay and Lesbian Center. I had like 1 day off, and I went back to Dallas in November to like just give my shit away, and came back and built a brand new damn life.
wow.
And that was for after I did interior design. I managed the showrooms up until 5 years ago, 6 years ago, before actually jumping into the talent pool, like finding a legit way. Because remember, I used to also work for the Dallas Voice doing the reporting. And so when I got here, I had a bit of a reel. Like I could introduce myself to some commercial agents, and that set up the first one while I figured out how the rest of it works.
Wow.
So when you got there, was there, like, we hear stories about how Hollywood is or how LA is. Was there anything that just totally shocked you? Like, I did not expect this coming when I moved here.
To be really honest, I was really intimidated, and I just kind of wanted to hide from it. I would watch situations like, "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I work in production." Or everybody was kind of scouring for what you did, and I showed up with do, and I just was like, I don't want to be part of this game. So I really kind of hid from it. Now we just got through talking about the housewives, and so I work, I manage a showroom in Beverly Hills for a few years, and they're our customers. So then I start watching some of that franchise because I didn't want to care, but I didn't want to feel stupid or excluded. Like I didn't know when someone, okay, so Taylor Swift came in, and I wasn't on board with her yet, like the people younger than me were, and nobody was willing to work with her. They were tripped out. So I was like, I know the name, and then we just got down to business. So I wasn't phased. I deliberately stayed away from it.
Oh my God, do you have Taylor Swift's number in your phone?
You had to think about it. Who's the most famous number you do have in your phone? Can you
Off
tell
the
us?
top of my head, Belinda Carlisle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, very
For real?
Love
cool.
Belinda.
Hey, girl.
Now, how do you know Belinda? Like, why do you have her phone number? Is that too personal?
Before I left Dallas, her son Duke, they lived in France, and he must have turned just 19, and he was coming out of the closet, and they were moving back to LA, and I had interviewed him for an article, I guess for The Voice. And when he got here, we had both sort of landed at the same time, and so the communication was still fresh, and just fell into knowing each other pretty quick. But I mean, these relationships kind of come and go. I mean, I don't see James but socially, and Belinda's living in Mexico City at the moment.
Nice.
Very cool, though. Yeah.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Renner. Lizzie Olson's in my phone.
Oh, wow.
All of that,
Wow.
really, all of that came from interior design. Like, I'm not fazed by anybody anymore, because sooner or later you have to just turn them into what they're there for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A customer.
Yeah.
Judge Judy. I didn't keep.
Oh,
her
no
number.
way.
Ah.
Now, do you call her Lizzie? I would just
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody does. It's just,
really.
no one runs around going, "Hey, Sarah Jessica Parker, how are you today?"
SJP, come on, SJP.
Lies with that, but yeah.
Too funny. Well, I remember, I don't know how long ago this was or how long ago you did this commercial. I just flipped on my TV and I was watching, it was an Inspire commercial, and on walks Gus. I'm like, get the out of here. That's
Which commercial?
Inspire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I texted Roger. I'm like, Roger, Gus is on TV right now.
Roundup Roger.
No,
Roundup.
Roger,
No.
Hispanic Roger. Hispanic Roger.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
That
Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah.
So how did
was
how
during
that-
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was that a long audition process or?
that's when things got really interesting, because all the auditions started as Zoom. We weren't
Mhm.
going in, and I would, and I still do it. I'll take a sheet of paper and I'll cover the screen and just leave the camera accessible, so I'm not distracted or like intimidated or and I'm just like listening to myself. And that's the only one I've booked by checking out, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
And I was kind of surprised beside myself that I got it. But a girlfriend of mine not too long ago said, that's just a plain good commercial. Like, it has everything. It's like diversity in it. It's covering some healthcare, and it's a nicely well-rounded commercial. And it's been renewed 3 times, so I'm not happy. There's actually a second one.
Yeah.
And all of this, we're 2024. All of this is years ago. Wait, maybe the first one was the first one. Sorry, the first one was before COVID. The second one was during COVID. And I wasn't even a union actor, so I can go on and on about this history, but
Yeah.
when you're not in the union and you land something like that, it's cool. It doesn't pay a whole lot, but it's cute. And then you join the union, and then the money's crazy different. But most of my money's been coming from the voiceover work.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on anything we're now pushing 15 months. The only thing I've done is a play last year in the summer, and I was living in Mexico City to come back for the play. I've had zero work. It's these random checks that show up, and you're like,
I was gonna say, how do you find work? Are you look at the trades, or
that's a great
word
way
of
to
mouth, or
nothing word of it's all online. You submit, or I've got a voiceover agent, a commercial agent, and I'm looking for a couple of new. I want to level up. I had a film, but we weren't getting anywhere, and so somebody that'll submit me for those, and then a manager who maybe understands that I'm into sci-fi and that I'm bilingual, and you can kind of compartmentalize me. Like, I'm interested in like the Jeff Goldblum-ish, Kyle MacLachlan, Crispin Glover type roles. So when you can find a manager that's not an agent's job, that's more of a manager's job, can get you going in that kind of direction.
How many
Now,
agents do you have?
Pardon?
So you need a manager and an agent, and you need multiple agents depending on what you're looking for.
It depends.
Andy,
where
that's
you
a lot
are.
of people to manage, isn't it?
It depends where you are in the hierarchy. At some point, like a lot of reality TV people, they just get away with a lawyer, no representation. That works for them. Like the other, big name talent, yeah, they belong to the CAAs and the Innovative and all those other ones. You could just do with a manager's. I mean, Andy could be my manager. He just has to be in the know in the system, and he knows that I like sci-fi, and so he will dig into the systems and go find all that stuff.
Andy, I think he just offered you a job.
I'm in.
I think so.
I think he needs a license. I don't know anything about that.
Oh. Well, you can actually get a license through Andy's new online school, I heard. So
Andy's online licensing school. So
For my secretarial
you
school.
can get ordained. You can become
That's right.
an agent, do
That is-
whatever.
it's a path. It's a career path.
now, Gus, can you do me a favor? Can you hold up your hands so we can see your hands? Because I noticed you're a hand model, and so I want to see the actual.
Oh, are you a hand model? I didn't
Yes.
notice that.
Yes, nice.
Oh,
How did you get into hand modeling? Like, how does that work even?
This is going to sound dumb, but working with the candle wax all the time kept my hand looking young.
Yeah.
Good. Like, they're good.
That's awesome.
What? But like, I saw the one commercial where you were. I think your hand was coming out of a couch and you were pouring the champagne.
Yeah.
How do you audition for that? I mean, is there a whole
All I can tell you about that is I got an ovation of applause when we were done shooting that. It was crazy. I'd never done anything like that. That was not technically hand modeling. They gave me a pay raise because it fell into puppeteer work. And
you're a puppeteer.
Interesting.
It had me. It was like it wasn't like a store-bought sofa. It was a constructed sofa that was off the ground this much. And I was under there for like 6 hours, like constantly with this bottle. And it wears out when you're laying on your back. This is not a must. This is not something you do at the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some chest presses, but that one was crazy. Yeah, but I was proud of that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. Well, you did it's more than that. You had other hand modeling.
They call it, well, it's actually called parts modeling, and then you submit to hand or not foot, but footwear. I've booked some of those, but not a lot because I'm wearing 11s and they want you in a size 9, so you don't look like crazy big. Neck, décolletage. But yeah, they specialize in. And what else? I've done some cute ones with that. And the nice thing about voiceover and that kind of modeling is you're making the same money as other talent. You just don't have to be famous about it. And I don't have to. I'm not here. I don't need the fame. I just want the payroll and the job. Less fires that way.
So have you noticed an increase in, I know you've done a lot of voiceovers, and looking at the list of them, are some of those like series or from Mexico that you're voicing, like, are you doing Spanish voiceover or English voiceover, both, I guess?
A little bit of both. I was actually doing that out of Dallas, and then I just didn't abandon it, but didn't have access to a studio. I felt like everybody was doing it. When it was COVID, that I'm sitting watching TV and it's the same commercial. We're all watching all the same commercials, but somebody changed the voiceovers. And it was like, at Ford, we care about your safety in our showroom. And I just I looked at my closet. I was like, oh, I can do that. I set up like in 2 days. I spent $500, kitted out the underneath my closet, found those old voice reels and started pounding away at the computer, all my Spanish stuff. and that's paid the bills. It's literally paid the bills. And then, so exactly this time last year, my family from Mexico came and visited. I had finished writing the book, and they were flipping, and they're like, well, we're so proud of you. Come stay with us, just come relax. And I was like, okay. And I turned it into a little bit of a business trip because I was gone for like 3 months. And then they do well. So there's apartments everywhere. So I got into Mexico City, and I just hammered out emails to a bunch of agents there. I'm in town. I'd love to meet with you. And it's paid, not off, but it's paid in. And so I'm trying to go back there more frequently now that that I can. And the work there though is in English, so it's kind of a win-win. And I'm like I'm what they call a non-accented Latino, where I can speak perfect English and perfect Spanish, and that's how they position you. That manager that I no longer work for, they said to me, well, we want to position you. Sorry, girl, I'm going to go there, Miss Longoria. We want to position you as our Latino with a full head of hair. Because apparently that's a thing. And I was like, okay. I felt pigeonholed in a way, but whatever.
I felt attacked.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
That you will book 10 times more than I will. So come here and take the check, honey.
I have various wigs, so we can fix that really quick.
Yeah.
They need hard front, lace front, real.
A whole room full of wigs. Actually.
Yeah, the fact that he's not wearing a wig tonight is shocking.
Yes.
So tell me about your experience on NCIS.
For that.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't even tell you who's one of the famous guys. I never even saw him. Just a business. A lot of this is just a paycheck.
Yeah.
That was unless you mean 911. I was somebody's husband for a Christmas episode.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Oh, I love 911.
It was a Christmas. Let's say I think it was season 5, episode 10.
Okay.
I think that was probably 2021. Tessa's husband, and the kids were assholes. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I can say that.
And then Angeline.
Pardon?
Angeline.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That's right. That one, they actually, I had a scene like owning that. There was a restaurant that the restaurant that I was standing in for became a thing. And then they had me maybe come out of the office and host some people, come and set them down. Might have been that. I think it was that crew, but like less than all 4 of them. And then they just didn't use it. I think they just went straight to having them at the table versus me walking.
Gotcha. That's so cool though.
So Gus, so like what is it? You did the commercial for Emergency. Is that what it was? And
yeah.
So do you get a lifetime supply of
I was about to ask.
I didn't have anybody to ask, but Mexico City, everything flipped to Spanish, like on my Instagram, and I took pictures with our product, and that's a nice one because they renewed my contract another 21 months,
Nice.
which pushes us into 2025.
And by renewing it, you mean they will continue to show that commercial, or you'll shoot additional ones?
It's really tricky. I'm so happy I love explaining the business of this more than the actual. Yes, I worked with them. So last year was crazy good as like residuals go with that kind of thing, but you will watch and maybe it kind of runs its time. So I got a very sudden last minute bonus, and they renewed for another 21 months, and they raised my rate 50%. Yay.
Wow.
Ever. I haven't seen them run as much as they did last year. So it's people who work with budgets, they may like, okay, we're going to cut the amount of times we use him. He's going to make the same money, but he's going to be seen less. But I'm not seeing the money yet. So I don't have a good answer for that yet, but they have to hold me. So I get the holding fee, and that's $750 every 6 weeks. So
I take
That's
it.
well, that's definitely more than Andy's getting from Facebook. So I think
Yeah. My
Close, but
dollar
yeah.
68 bonus. Bonus. Ugh, whatever.
So for a commercial like that, you said emergency, like that's the
the vitamin powder.
flu, like when you have like a cold or a
Yeah.
flu or something.
Yeah.
Now, when do they run that more like in different seasons, like with flu season? Do they just start to like advertise that more? And do you see like money like in a bulk in that time frame, or
You would think so, and that's how my brain started thinking about it. I honestly couldn't see the rhyme or reason. A check would come in and it would say, cable TV usage 1 year. And
Yeah.
then the last one was internet 1 year. So
Okay.
and then now I maybe more in line with what you're thinking, the spot usage, like they're gonna run
Yeah.
they're gonna show up 450 times.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a little bank account for them. Like they'll decide that, independently or, based on other kinds of metrics. Cause I was thinking that too. I was like, it's gonna be a great winter.
Yeah, I was gonna say Christmas. Everyone has a great Christmas this year,
Right?
Too funny. All right,
But,
so I want to ask you about Hollywood House Lift with Jeff Lewis. I watched that last night. I've never liked him to begin with. I think he's a total douche. What was working for him like?
I'm gonna give you all the allegedly experiences because
Okay.
I'm not sure and I can't talk about. To start from the beginning though,
Mhm.
I actually knew Jeff as a customer, and
Okay.
people were it's frustrating. I didn't get to share these things, which I could have, but they didn't invite me to it.
Mhm.
People were ripping him off, and I caught on to it, and I put those fires out. So he and I casually stayed in touch, and I really respect him as he's a smart house flipper, and he's got good design taste.
Mhm.
And so we casually stayed in touch through 12 years. And then I got back from Mexico to do that play, and the strike is on, so I can work non-union, but nothing was booking because it just upset everything. It just the strike has upset everything even through now. But I got back, there's nothing going on, and I'm looking through ZipRecruiter. I'm like, okay, I guess it's back to interior design. I can't flip coffees. I don't know how to do that. So I'm looking, and Shane had posted something there, and so I texted Jeff right there. I was like, what's going on? I just got back from Mexico. Do you need some help? And he said, I think you're too smart for us. And I said, well, I'll dumb it down for you. And okay. So I show up, and I sign a 3-page contract, and I'm like allegedly an executive assistant. And you read through these things and you're like, well, I don't want to talk in front of you. if these things are true and I have to sign this and I don't get I don't get any like wiggle room, I don't even want to say it. So it was the same kind of Jeeves in a Jeep stuff I used to do in Dallas, helping people out. And so if I was there July, August, September, October, so 3 months, cameras came around 4 times, and they were able to turn me into an entire episode. So that's kind of amazing how that works. And there was then he has the radio show, and if you watch those and listen to maybe him talking about the household I'm brought up, and then you watch that show, you can draw even more conclusions. I'm not going to hate on him for it, but there's a whole other reality that was, let's just say it was a missed opportunity.
Gotcha.
Very missed opportunity. The house, the rest of the staff were Spanish speaking girls, and we got on like this. I'm just back from Mexico. I'm fresh in my Spanish, and we are kikiing and having fun and ha 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 ha. And there weren't cameras on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about celebrity relation with Alyssa Milano?
That was so special. Oh my God. That was okay. An interior design, an interior designer, and I love dropping her name because she's the most kick-ass woman in the world. Her name is Linda Murray. She flies a plane. She does all the big houses in the bird streets. Hit me up one day and said, Gus, they booked me on this TV show and I need like an emergency delivery of like free furniture. And I was like, I don't think I can help you, but I'll try. And there was some crap to unload at the warehouse. And she says, it's for a TV show. And she comes by and she looks at the stuff. And I go, they're asking me to ask you, what is this for? Can you tell me more? They want something out of it. And she's like, so it's called Celebrity Renovation. It's with Alyssa Milano, this first episode. And like, my purse fell out of my mouth because I just gotten back from Christmas in Texas, where I had intercepted this giant box of my mother's photos that I thought was lost. And I was digging through it and I get to the bottom of it. And guess what I find? Guess what I find from 1986? I had written Alyssa Milano and she wrote back to me.
Gosh.
What?
She wrote back. And so I go fish it out. I tell Linda, you can take anything in the showroom. I've got you. But we have to see the showroom name in the show. So she organizes those logistics. They make the producers come around to like check us out and everything. And her partner in crime, her assistant, he comes in and I'm expecting somebody, whatever, and I have this letter with me and I go, today's the day. And I show him the letter, he gags. And so he's like, hey, we got to figure out how, she's not going to come in the showroom, but we'll figure it out. So she comes in on an iPad and walks around and she sees the letter that she wrote. And I was like, I'll give you what you need, honey. What's going on? And her other assistant, who was just recovering from cancer, the makeover was for her. And you can find it online. And you can even find, she went on an interview, a podcast discussing our little serendipitous moment. It was really, really
cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Well,
she saw her letter.
She is our favorite Halliwell sister. So, I mean, what did you write in the letter? Yeah, what was in the letter?
Well, I don't remember what I sent. The only thing I do remember about sending it was on the envelope, I had painted rainbow like in crayon. And maybe that was, that was the day of you send a letter to your favorite celebrity and they come in these big bags and maybe it stood out. I don't know. But hers was typed. She signed it, in a little 12-year-old handwriting. It was so cute. Well, I guess that's me. Have a great Thanksgiving or something. And I actually don't have the letter because I gave it to Allah to give to her. I was like, she doesn't ever get this stuff back. So
that's awesome.
Just make it serendipitous that way.
That's really cool.
Did she talk about getting Shannon Doherty fired from Charmed?
Oh,
no.
We're
You
team
can read all
Melissa.
about it.
She left that part out. We were
Eva and I are team Melissa. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I have a question though about that whole story. That's a great story. What is a letter?
It's not a text.
You're in your 40s, you know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Shiloh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you use cursive on it too, Eva. Remember, they don't teach cursive anymore.
They don't teach cursive anymore.
But I know that last week we covered they didn't let you dance in school. Did they not let you write cursive either?
No, they did. They did make us do that. They did. Yeah. I'd rather dance than do cursive.
He grew up on the set of Footloose, so he wasn't able to dance.
Well, Lori Singer was my counselor. You could tell how that went.
So Andy didn't tell us you were a published author. I read that this afternoon and I was reading it and it looks really, I like that all the characters are kind of based on you in some way, right?
Well, that's
that's your first book. Yeah.
I don't think we're cheap. Well, anything we do in life, it's like, go with what you know, do what you know.
Yeah.
just before I left Dallas, I got to interview Jackie Collins, and it was like the most inspiring thing because in that production meeting, I was tripping. I was like, she's not gay. Like, how's she connected to us? And so I'm showing up to her thing, like not knowing how I'm going to ask her stuff. And I'm like, well, so how do you get to write about this if you're not gay? And she's like, that's an interesting question, darling. Yeah, let me explain. Thank you for asking. And it was awesome. And then she goes and dies. Whatever. Because I was
Of course.
Damn it.
Anyways, that it really kind of it gave me courage. It gave me permission to give it a go. Try writing. And I took after leaving interior design, and I'm always happy to talk about mental health. This probably isn't the podcast for it, but things got super hard. And like turning a faucet was the best that could happen that day. And I was never in harm. Harm wasn't coming, but it was like I just couldn't function. Well, what can you do while you sort of, go through the motions of recovery emotionally and everything? I got into a program at UCLA that involved transcranial magnetic stimulation, and that worked and started bringing me around. And I was like, well, you brought all your diaries from Texas, and you can cook and you speak Spanish, so try to wrap that into something. And it turned into a book about a restaurateur. So what wasn't, I took the interior design in issues and turned them into a restaurateur's issues. And then, after a while, you just kind of forget how you wrote the book and you're just fucking glad it's done.
What for our listeners, or if we have any, what's the name of your book, Gus?
Telemetry, because it makes no sense to a lot of people, but it's a big nursing word, and it's about data and the little blips, and that was what a lot of the TMS was. No necessarily a measurable way other than this quiz I would take every week with the therapist, and yep, he's better. And you just need a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the characters were this whole Latino representation thing for me has really become more and more important. I don't see me on shows, on camera. There's not a lot of us. You're rarely going to find a book that you can, sorry team, but you're going to just have to read through my Spanish or Intuit with what you can. You don't see a lot of bilingual books, and you don't see a lot of books about mental health and LGBT restaurateurs. And it just, I guess if you start with the index card system and a very big table, it all sort of puts itself in order, and it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I made the screenplay version for it. In college, that's actually what I really wanted to do. And so but then I didn't want to lose the intellectual rights if something great happened by selling a script. So I said, well, write the book first, then the screenplay. And COVID came, so I was really kind of doing them at the same time, and then just learned about publishing and artwork. And now, now I'm writing another one. And it's just kind of funny that we kind of come in this full circle, Andy, because the other thing I want to write is tentatively called it Grasslands, growing up in South Texas, where the white people are the minority, but they're in charge of everything. And the Latinos are the broader audience, and they're very happy-go-lucky. And kind of breaking it down by decade, the 70s and then the 80s, and then ending up in Dallas at the Centrum. And we have a really interesting connection with Parigi, where my sister used to date Andre Falls. Andre started Parigi in the early 80s with her mother, Marilyn. And then, relationships come and go. They lived at the Argyle or whatever. And then I grow up and I meet Andre. But I didn't know that Marilyn was a super big figure in the entire AIDS and HIV epidemic in Dallas. She was feeding people. And so that's not my story to tell, but it's just, it really helps that continuum that I'm trying to work with all the way through the Centrum, who I dated, what didn't work out. And
Well, maybe in that one you could also mention your friend in the wheelchair that has multiple sclerosis.
Bring it up.
I mean, I'm just saying. If you can
Throw it out there,
contact me for my story arc.
He's gonna want to cut it. He's gonna want to cut it.
Yeah.
you're enough. You've been validated by being in somebody's diary.
Right?
I want to be in the book.
Facebook.
Look, I want to be in the damn book and the movie.
That's two authors that you have that you've said you
Right.
wanted to be in the
That's-
next book.
That's
I'll-
2 books I'm going to be in.
I'll make it happen for you, but I'm going to call Jeff for one of his contracts.
That's fine. That's fine.
Gus, I have a question for you. I know you just talked about a serious comment, but you mentioned earlier that you were putting a piece of paper over the screen. Is that what you're doing with us on this podcast? You're not intimidated by us, or you just have another way to do that?
Yes, and you are the softest voice falsetto black man I have ever seen in my
Straight. Don't
You
forget straight.
nailed it perfectly, Gus. That was perfect.
So, what's next for you, Guster?
You guys start me a GoFundMe. I don't know. I went to lunch with. I've worked on Mandalorian and Star Trek. You can catch some of those too. And
Nice.
I made a good friend out of Mandalorian, who's an AD there, and he's developed software that they use a lot. And so we keep lunching, and he's really got his ear to the floor. I mean, it's just part of his job. But he says this other strike, this IATSE, the everybody else that's behind the scenes besides actors and directors. That now it's been very quiet. I mean, maybe you've heard of it, that there's, it's kind of grumbling, but he just flat out said, you don't fuck with Teamsters.
Yeah.
So apparently this is holding a lot of work back, but it's not being kind of PR'd like the way other strikes, and the marching and the cameras constantly on them.
Weren't you in Picard?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And you were in,
I took pot shots at the board queen
yeah,
on the Stargazer.
I
I was
remem-
behind control.
because I saw, I think maybe you posted something on Facebook, and I went back and watched it. It was like, oh, there he is. And then, what's his name? Who did Glee? What's his name? Ryan
Murphy.
Murphy. Weren't you in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Cool.
I auditioned for him for a librarian, some kind of gay librarian on one of the horror stories. I didn't get it, but Roanoke or something.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, and that's the thing. I can't bet on any of this. That's why I've got the book going. I've got voiceover, I've got commercial, and film. Like you just have to keep. It's not even reinvention.
Yeah.
You just got to keep these damn plates spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot of work. I don't doubt that one bit.
Well, we know you're going to get a lot of work from this podcast.
Oh my gosh, so much.
All 6
Y'all
of our
need your cars washed?
It has rained a lot in Dallas, so come on out.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
I know a great actor in Hollywood will do it.
Well, maybe you'll make some money at your poker night tonight.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
That'd be cute. That'd be cute.
Well,
Yeah.
Gus, thank you so much for spending time with us. this
Thanks for
evening.
coming over.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah, it
you.
was nice to
Good
meet
see
you.
I just- Guys, again, that's really sweet and full circle. But Shannon, I just can't remember how we met. It wasn't because of Andy. It was somebody else. Jerry
Uh-oh.
Perry? I don't know. It'll come
Oh,
through.
I forgot about Jerry Perry. Oh my gosh.
He's in Mexico.
Yes. Thank you, Gus. It's great to see you. Good luck. with
Thank you so
everything.
much.
Guys.
Good luck.
If I come
Bye.
up with any good juicy news again, I'll
Let us
chime in.
know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Reporting.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good to connect with you
All
again.
right.
I'm not hanging up. You're gonna talk about me after I get up.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm hanging up.
Gus.
I'll hang up. You know what? I'll hang up first. That way you know when I.
All right. Everybody have a good
Bye.
week.